Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of the King Chase. My name is Niclas Huschenbeth and today I have really nice example. It's a game Reshevsky against Vaganyan, played in Skopje 1976. You can see the white king is already a little bit strangely placed on g3, and the question is, how can black make use of that? How can he exploit the strange position of a white king? So it's your turn. As you guys already know, if you've seen previous episodes, I would like you to get the most out of this little training video and find the right moves here for black. It's not easy, so take your time, please take your time, and don't check the solution too quickly. Okay, so whenever you're ready, let's take a look. So Vaganyan decided to open up the position against the black king, the white king, and it makes a lot of sense. Because if you have a king so exposed on g3, you want to open up diagonals, you want to open up files to get to this king. So he played e5. And in fact, this game really reminds me of another one we've seen before, Najdorf's Immortal game. I can put a link in the description. We've seen it much earlier in the series, where he also played this move e5. And it's just always very beautiful because you don't expect this move to happen. You see how white has the control over the square twice with both his pawns on d4 and f4, and still black plays e5. So now Reshevsky made a mistake. He took on e5. If he doesn't take, in fact, position isn't too clear. It's about equal. Knight c3 would have been a good move, hitting a pawn on d5. Now e takes f4 check, bishop takes f4. Black can play a move like g5 here, but overall position is roughly equal. But after f takes e5, white is already in trouble. Now we see the idea of black is sacrificing a piece on e5. Okay. White went along. What else could he do? He took, and now how is black continuing at this point? What is he doing next? And that's another exercise for you guys. Black to play. Please, once again, you can stop the video if you would like to. Alright, so important point is, don't take back on e5. If you take back with the bishop, of course white cannot take because of queen f2 checkmate, but he can bring the knight to f4, and he's doing well here and he has defended. So instead, Reshevsky found another very nice move, bishop h4 check. Again, idea is similar as after bishop takes e5, white cannot take with the knight because of queen f2 checkmate. So no other choice but to take with the king. And it continues. It continues. What was the point? Lure the king away from g3 and now take on f3 and continue to attack the white king. Here, if white takes on f3, now queen f2 check, the queen is coming in very powerfully. Knight g3 wouldn't be of good use here after queen takes h2. This is checkmate very soon. g6, so is there another simpler way? Yes, there's a simpler way. And queen h6 checkmate. What else can white do? Well, it actually will just always lead to similar situation. Let's say king g5. Now h6 check, and no matter what white does, king f4 is g5 checkmate, and king g6 is knight takes e5. The black knight joins the action. That's no good. And if king h5, there is queen takes h2 check, king g6, and black even has a choice, knight e7 or knight takes e5. Both are checkmate. So white didn't take on f3. He saw that. He played rook f1 instead. The best try would have been to play bishop f5. And then rook takes f5, and the point is white takes on d5 with check. And here he goes back to b3, and he's still in the game, even though it's not that great either. Maybe it's just lost. I haven't put an evaluation here, so I wouldn't know, but it seems to me it probably should be lost with the king on h4. Anyway, let's see the game. Rook f1. And now quite a nice maneuver, I think, how black brings the queen into action with queen b4 check, bishop f4, now queen e7 check, bishop g5, and now queen e6. I like how the rook is just hanging out on f3, and white can still not take it, obviously. If he takes with the pawn, then there's a checkmate on h3, and if he takes with the rook, of course, there's a checkmate on g4. So, can take. There's a checkmate threat on g4 anyway, so white has to react, and he played bishop f5. Now it's important that that black doesn't take the bishop with the queen, because if he does, suddenly white takes on d5 with check and takes on f3 with the queen, and the queen is of course defending against the checkmate threat on g4. So white would be back in business, or probably just winning here. So Wagner just took with the rook, and now he has regained the material and he's just winning here. Let's go through the last moves rather quickly here. Queen g4, queen h5, and now just bring in more pieces. The king on h4 can't be very safe for a long time. That's quite obvious, I'm sure. Bishop d7, rook e1, queen d6. This pin is also quite deadly. Bishop h6. I don't know what the huge point of bishop h6 was. Black just plays rook af8, and well, this knight is lost and white resigned. Alright, beautiful attack by Wagner, blowing the position open, opening files and diagonals against the white king by playing e5, and then having some beautiful strikes. Bishop h4, rook takes f3. I liked it. I hope you guys liked it as well, and then I'll see you again next week. Bye.